So today's canvas is some Nike AF1S. Pretty small shoe. I'm gonna be using this here, this bandana, pink bandana. I'm gonna show you a more advanced method of popping the stitch and tucking the material in. And we're gonna do the same here. Remove this, pop everything, and we're gonna tuck the material underneath the panels and show you the correct way. I call it the correct way because it's more factory. But if you're a beginner and you don't know how to do all that, you could just lay it over the top. But today I'll be showing you the more advanced method. So this is pretty tedious. There's really no fast way of doing this. So what I do is just push. I keep the point down, always. If you're going to do this, don't keep it. Just stick it in there, maybe push it down and pry up. Pry that, this part up. Just got to take your time. My least favorite part, but we're getting it done. You see what we're doing here. We're going to come all the way around, and it's definitely going to take a little while. So once you go ahead and got all the stitching out, you got to remove the threading. So this is what the plan is. We want to cut it. I want you to see the inside of the vamp where it's at. If you look really good right there, you can see right here. This is the goal. The goal is to cut the bandana so it's about the same size here. So when we put this, we want to pass the stitch. So this is what I'm saying. When we cut the bandana, we're going to cut it bigger than the original template. So when we let it loose, we can just put everything back together. So off camera, I didn't record this. The seam ripper actually went right through and sliced a piece of the mud guard. So I repaired it real quick. I threw a piece of masking tape and then I threw some super stick on there. I let it dry up. Then I hit it with the heat gun again and I pried the material together. This is what I'm saying. This is not for a beginner. You can barely even see it. It was in this area here. This whole area, the material was just flapped over. So I did a quick repair. I actually was stressing because I didn't want to have to go out and buy a new pair of shoes. And if you are planning to do this for somebody, always have some money to cover the cost of the shoe in case you screw it up. But anyway, I was able to repair it. You can see right there where the masking tape's in. A quick repair. You can't see it. I mean, you have to really be on it. It's right over in this area here. So this happened with the seam ripper. It went through and just, this shoe was cemented in the front, I believe, and it was extremely difficult to remove it. I mean, I use razor blade, I use a seam ripper, I had to keep alternating, but it's a quick repair. You can't really tell. I'm probably just going to go over it with some flat paint, maybe over the threading area. Yeah, there it is right there. But once all this is laid down, you won't be able to see it. I mean, you can see it now because I'm like pressing it. But yeah, just put some cement, let it cure, and then push on the top. That's all I did. I'm gonna seal a little better than that. Right now, I'm not really too concerned with that because I'm trying to get the material laid down, and then I'll do any repairs that need to be made. But be careful if you plan on doing this. You can use a razor, whatever you feel comfortable doing. There's no easy way of doing it, so I would advise you to have both. I actually like having both. Make sure you remove this. I actually did a shoot and I was like, what's going on here? I couldn't get to the front. When I looked, the tissue was stuffed in there. I had to take the tissue out, which was sewn to the shoe. It was a disaster. I never want to do that again. I almost just did it right now. I want to tighten up the stitch a teeny bit more. Once you get your stitch length down, you should be good to go. So it's sewn back together. Now we gotta, I'm gonna do this area here really quick. So off camera, I stitched this area here. I didn't have time to record it. As much as I like to show you how to do this, I kind of do a better job when I'm not recording. And I lightly went over the top threads. I went over the top threads with some flat white paint, a really thin brush, super thin brush. Yeah, I went over all the threads. You can tell when you remove the stitch, it's never going to have that same exact factory look. But yeah, just go over the top, some flat white. It's going to be a two-part video. I still have to do this whole area, and this is it for today.